Hello everyone, today teacher Sani is going to explain a question that combines shaping techniques. Alright, when we solve problems, the first step is to carefully read the question. I explained this in the previous question. Carefully reading the question is a very important step and method. If you read the question well, more than half the problem is solved. If you don't read it well, then there's no way to solve the problem. Alright, let's look at the question. A has 64 lessons, B has 24 lessons, and each day they both take 2 subjects. After a certain number of days, A becomes 5 times B. Okay, let's use the method of drawing diagrams for ratio and multiplication problems. So after a certain number of days, the final result is that A is 5 times B. What does this tell us? This tells us B has fewer lessons than A. If we use triangles to represent the number of lessons for B, of course you could also use line segments, but here we'll use this. Shape, a geometric figure to visually represent it. So for example, if A is 5 times B, that means we need to draw 5 distinct triangles. Alright, so we need to draw 5 triangles to represent that it is 5 times B. Okay, now, from carefully analyzing the problem, we clearly notice an extremely important key point. A consistently eats 2 delicious candies every single day, and B also consistently eats 2 delicious candies every single day. In other words, each and every day, they both eat 2 candies. So the number of candies left decreases by 2 each day, right? So in this case, when both increase or decrease by the same amount, in terms of this particular concept, their difference truly remains unchanged. That is to say, however many candies they initially differ by at the very beginning, the total number of candies they differ by at the very end will be exactly the same. Here, let me explain this a bit more clearly. For example, a minus b equals a difference, right? This fundamental mathematical operation yields a difference, which is the result of this calculation. So if A increases by 2 units, and at the same time B also increases by 2 units simultaneously, consider a scenario where then the difference between them remains the same, it doesn't change. The difference stays the same. Okay, similarly, if A decreases by 2, and B also decreases by 2, then their difference also remains unchanged. It also stays the same.